Well, everybody, welcome back to the Trig. Positive TV this beautiful. What's today? Saturday. What am I doing? Of course, today's Saturday. Best day of my life. Well, actually, tomorrow. Best day of my life. Sunday. I love Sundays. I've loved Sundays since I was a little boy because I grew up in the church, singing with my father in church, going to church with my mom and dad, and my sister. Shout out to my sister Amanda. Nicaragua, primer templo bíblico. Managua, Nicaragua, donde me enamoré. Shout out to all my family there, friends, everyone. So since I was born, I've loved the church. And so now I have the chance to record my second album. I have a great band. I have an amazing studio, and I know a lot about production. I'm going to produce it myself. Maybe have someone mix it and master. We'll see. And I do have a couple of studios besides my own available to me. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to have to condense the amount of songs that I have written. The last time that I released an album was 12 years ago in 2013. I think it was maybe the spring of 2013. So about this time, 12 years ago. And so now it's time to release this next one, probably for Christmas. It'll probably have a Christmas kind of, it won't be a Christmas album, but it will have a couple of Christmas songs that I've written. And it will have also, here's something that maybe you can help me with. You can vote. Should I do a Spanish and English album separately? Two albums? Because I do have, maybe not as many, but I do have plenty of Spanish songs that I've written. Worship songs, life songs in Spanish. And then I have a bunch of English ones. So should I do both? Meaning, should I do two albums or one that combines the two languages? I don't think combining is as popular or as having two separate albums. So I think right now I'm leaning towards doing two albums, one in English, one in Spanish. And that way people that only speak English can enjoy the English one and vice versa. So I think there are more people that only speak English than those that only speak Spanish. So I think it might be beneficial. Plus, yeah, like I said, I don't see a lot of bilingual albums out there that are successful. You may have one song or maybe one verse that's in English and Spanish, but otherwise. So I think I might just stick with the one. By the way, I want to check out the volume here of my stream. Not so much the volume, but the buzz. There's sometimes a buzz in my microphone here. So I want to make sure that the buzz is not too loud for you. That's in English and Spanish. It is there, but it's not too loud. Let me just see. See if that helps. Not so much the volume, but the buzz. There's sometimes a buzz in my microphone here. So I want to make sure. Let me see here. The buzz is not too loud for you. That's in English and Spanish. It is there, but it's not too loud. Let me just see. See if that helps. Okay, well, the buzz is there, but I think it's bearable. It's this box that I have right there that somehow creates a buzz. Let me just see here. Anyway, we'll live with it. So, as I said, I'm excited about recording the second album. I'm probably going to do one in English, one in Spanish at a future time. Release one in December, maybe one in the summer of next year, and to begin to record. So I want to tell you the process if you're into music. So first, of course, is having the music and making sure that you know it, which I have that. I've been recording my own songs and playing these songs at home and different places for a long time now. The second step is to then rehearse them with a band. And I have a band, so I'm going to begin to rehearse with them probably this summer and get all the songs down so that they know, having the charts, having us work on the songs. And then the third step is recording them. Now, something that is done today more than ever is to do videos with those recordings, which I would like to do, actually, I must say, to do music videos to all my songs, at least the quote singles, and have those go out So that might be something as well. Of course, all this costs a lot of money. It's not free. So I have to have a budget and I have to begin to save and ask for contributions. So if you'd like to contribute towards this project, please go ahead and let me know. Email me and just Venmo to David Trigg. You can Venmo $1, $2, $5, $1,000. That goes towards this album, and you will get a free pass to my first concert, my first show, which will be, as I said, this Christmas coming up. And so you'll get VIP access and all that stuff based on how much you can contribute. So that recording, and then is setting up the gigs, is seeing what friends and what places where I can play. I would love to do house shows and play in different people's backyards. That's something I love. I'm not really into bars. I'm not opposed to it, although my songs are not. They're not worship songs, but they're not also bar songs. So I may want to play some of them in church, some of them, like I said, maybe at house shows, backyard shows, at festivals, things like that. So that's something that I'll have to maybe get someone to help me to book us, to get momentum, to get people to give us feedback, to see what songs people like. And yeah, doing them in the church, maybe get invited to different churches where they have like an outreach night or a summer concert or somewhere where they need a band, and we can go out there and perform and lead. As I said, they're not all worship songs. I would say 80% of my songs are more songs about God and about life and faith, but they're not worship songs. So it's a different kind of thing. So, but I love the songs. And so that would probably be the last step, is to, play shows and to be of use the talents that God's given us to bless, to help, to guide people. And I think eventually, maybe even my last step, or the last step in that whole process, would be to actually have some sort of like a hangout time, maybe a meetup where we talk more about life and the songs, because a lot of my songs are about healing and about honesty and vulnerability. I would love to actually spend time with people, maybe a small group of 3 or 4 people online or in person, to actually maybe go over the songs and what they mean to people, what they mean to me to some degree, but mostly what they mean to people. And maybe have a Bible study where we can grow in our own faith and our own lives, and etc. So that would probably be the final step of this recording my second album. So as I said last time I did this, I did that with some musicians at USC. I was working at the church on campus there at USC here in LA. And I met a bunch of incredibly talented musicians, engineers and guitar players and vocalists and all that stuff. And so I thought, wow, God, thank you. I have a bunch of songs, and now I have these amazing musicians that are just right here basically playing with me every Sunday. And so we recorded it here in my studio, and I had one of the guys who was, I think he either was graduating or had graduated with a degree in engineering. They're from SC, and so he mixed and mastered my record, and it's out. I went to, back in those days, to Disc Makers, is that what it was called, here in LA. And when they gave me a call, I literally drove down to the publishing house here in LA somewhere and picked up, I don't know, 1,000 CDs, whatever that was. And then I gave them away primarily. I had house shows, maybe like 4 or 5. And probably the best one was here at my house. We had a packed house, and I don't think I sold the CDs. I think I gave them away for free. And it was quite a loss in terms of money, but the point was to just get my music out and to sing the songs and do all that and just simply love people through music. And it was awesome. I remember it was a packed house and people just loved it. So it's been 12 years since then. And in those 12 years, you can imagine I've written, I would say easily hundreds of songs. And that's not even including beats that I've made that you may see me on here making beats. That's separate. These are all actual songs, singer-songwriter type stuff. Me on the piano, me on the guitar, me on bass, maybe just not even playing anything, depending on the band. And now, ironically, by the grace of God, I'm now at a place, I'm not at SC anymore, but I'm at a church where we have Berklee students, doctors of music, Grammy award-winning musicians, incredible amount of people. And then, of course, as I mentioned, I have access to all these professional $1 million studios. And so, I mean, it's just the time again where 12 years later, God has provided me with people and the resources. And most of all, I'm at that place with my music and with, just where my head is at. And I've been encouraged lately, the last few weeks. I've been kind of mentioning these things just in passing to just one or two friends. And I'm playing my songs to them and they're saying, wow, these are beautiful songs. And so with that, I feel like it's time to do this again. So I'm looking forward to it. That's the update. And if you would like to contribute, be a part, or just simply get on the waiting list to have a show at your house or church, whatever it may be, then email me. Please let me know. TreyDavidTrey.com or on Instagram, YouTube, wherever you're watching, leave me a comment so you can stay tuned or stay connected to this process of recording the album. These days, young kids, of course, they record and document the whole process. So I will do that, have vlogs or have some video done of the recording sessions of the people, the process. And so that way people can get excited and begin to check out the music ahead of time and get some momentum going, get some hype going because, I'm so famous. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. And now I've watched a ton of videos about people that have done this. And as I said, they lose money. So this is not a money thing. If anything, it's just an expense. I had this one, I watched this one girl from England who did a whole process recently. And yeah, exactly. That's what happened to her. She lost about $15,000. She lost about 15 grand in travel and gas and food and musicians and gigs and all the stuff that she had to pay for herself. And even though she had 100 people, 200 people at shows, it just wasn't enough to cover her expenses. So she lost more money that she made. But as I said, it's part of the deal. It's part of how this works. I'm not doing this for any reason but to spend some money that I don't have, but I will make a sacrifice and invest. And we're not going to go on tour like they did. They went, I don't know, throughout the whole country. So we're not going to have any of those expenses that she had. But was she in the U.S.? I think she was actually here. Maybe it was in the U.K. I forget. I know she's from the U.K., but I don't know if her tour was there. Probably there. It would be cheaper. Anyway, so those are some of the steps and some of the ideas and goals that I have. Pray for the process. Stay tuned. I'll see you next time. Adios.